So let's read the question. In the figures given below, determine whether line L is parallel to line M. So we have line L and M in each case, and we have a transversal in each case. So we have to determine if lines L and M are parallel. So what is the main concept in this question? See, whenever you have two lines and a transversal, and you want to determine if these two lines are parallel or not, how do we determine? See, we know that two lines will be parallel when a transversal cuts them when either corresponding angles are equal, or alternate interior angles are equal, or alternate exterior angles are equal, or interior angles on the same side of the transversal are supplementary. So if any of these four conditions are met, they are parallel. If any of these four conditions are not met, that is, they are violated, they are not parallel. So that is the main concept in these type of questions. So let's begin. Look over here, 136 degrees and 34 degrees. So first of all, what is the relationship between these two angles? They are between the lines, so they are interior angles. Next, this over here is the transversal. So they are both on the same side of the transversal. So interior angles on the same side of the transversal, right? So let's find their sum. What is 136 plus 34? 136 plus 34 is equal to 170 degrees. So sum of interior angles on the same side of the transversal is 170. Are they supplementary? No. See, in the case of parallel lines, interior angles on the same side of the transversal are supplementary. That is, their sum is 180. What is the sum over here? 170. So since interior angles on the same side of the transversal are not supplementary, hence these lines are not parallel, right? So the condition is violated. Which condition? Interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Hence these two lines are not parallel. As simple as that. Similarly here, this angle is 70, this angle is 70. Do I see a relationship between these two angles? Not clearly. So simple, if this is 70, vertically opposite, this will also be 70, right? So you can use the concept of vertically opposite angles in a linear pair, right? So if this is 70, this is 70. Now look at these two angles. Again, between the two lines, so interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Find their sum. 70 plus 70, that is 140. So again, interior angles on the same side of the transversal are not supplementary. Their sum is not 180. So again, the lines are not parallel. Similarly here, this angle is 58, this angle is 122. So if this is 58, vertically opposite, this will also be 58, right? So now look at these two angles. They are between the lines. So interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Find their sum. 58 plus 122, that is equal to 180 degrees. So whenever the sum of two angles is 180, that means the two angles are supplementary. So interior angles on the same side of the transversal are supplementary over here. That is, the sum is 180. So because interior angles on the same side of the transversal are supplementary, hence these two lines are parallel, right? So if interior angles on the same side of transversal are supplementary, that is, the sum is 180, they are parallel, else not. Similarly here, this angle is 100, this angle is 70. Right, so one way by which we can do it, this is 70, so vertically opposite angle will be 70. Again, we have interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Find their sum. 100 plus 70, it is 170 degrees. Are interior angles on the same side of the transversal supplementary? No. Why? Their sum is not 180. So these two lines are not parallel. Another way by which you can solve the same question. See, this angle is 70. Now these two angles form a linear pair. Two angles next to each other on a straight line. So this plus this is 180. So what is this angle? 110. I repeat, what is this angle? 110. Now look at these two angles. What are these two angles? These two angles are corresponding angles, right? See, same side of the transversal, different vertex, right? So what is corresponding to this angle? Leave the next angle, the next one. So these two are corresponding angles. So are the corresponding angles equal? No. This is 100, this is 110. So because the corresponding angles are not equal, the lines are not parallel. So there are many ways by which you can do it. One option is you take the vertically opposite angle and you say interior angles on the same side of the transversal are not supplementary, so they're not parallel. Or you take these two as a linear pair. So if this is 70, this is 110. Now these two angles are corresponding angles. Are the corresponding angles equal? No. So because corresponding angles are not equal, lines are not parallel, right? Similarly here, look at these two angles. What are these two angles? They are corresponding angles. Are they equal? Yes. So because corresponding angles are equal, therefore the two lines are parallel, right? Now let's say it does not strike you, these two angles are corresponding. What do? Take these two as a linear pair. That is one option. So if this is 70, this will become 110. So now we have interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Find their sum. 110 plus 70, 180. So because interior angles on the same side of the transversal are supplementary, hence they are parallel. Another method, this is 70, so vertically opposite will be 70. Now what is the relation between this angle and this angle? Alternate interior angles. Are they equal? Yes. So because alternate interior angles are equal, the lines are parallel. So you can use any method, corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, or interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Any one condition you get satisfied, they are parallel. Any one condition gets violated, they are not parallel. Right? Similarly over here, look at this angle over here and this angle over here. Right? Now see, both the angles are outside these two lines, so they are exterior angles. Now this angle is above the transversal, this angle is below the transversal. So exterior angles on different sides of the transversal means alternate exterior angles. So are the alternate exterior angles equal? Yes. So because alternate exterior angles are equal, therefore the two lines are parallel. One way. Another way is that if this is 45, what will be this angle over here? 45 degrees, right? Vertically opposite angles. Now what is the relation between these two angles? These two are corresponding angles. So because corresponding angles are equal, therefore the two lines are parallel. Another way by which you can solve this, right? Since this is 45, this will also be 45. Look at these two angles. They are alternate interior angles. Since alternate interior angles are equal, therefore the two lines are parallel, right? So you can use whichever method you want, right? So this is how you solve such type of questions. So whenever you have two lines in a transversal and you want to determine whether they're parallel or not, just look for these four conditions: corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, and interior angles on the same side of the transversal. If you get any one of these conditions is satisfied, they are parallel. If any one of these conditions is not satisfied, they're not parallel. Like here and here, we saw interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Were they supplementary? That is, was this some 180? No. Hence they're not parallel. Here interior angles on the same side of the transversal are supplementary, so it is, right? Similarly here, right? There are many ways by which you can do it. One is you take vertically opposite angles, so you get interior angles on the same side of the transversal. They're not supplementary. No. Similarly, these two are a linear pair. So if this is 70, this is 110. Now these two are corresponding angles. Are corresponding angles equal? No. So again, not parallel, right? Similarly here, 70, 70. Corresponding angles are equal, so they are parallel. Here, alternate exterior angles are equal, so they are parallel, right? So there are many ways by which you can prove it. Alternate exterior angles, alternate interior angles, corresponding angles, your choice. So basically any one of those four things have to be satisfied. If any one of these four things are satisfied, they're parallel, else they're not parallel, right? So this is how you solve such type of questions.